What's going on, my little piglets? It's your BFF Pork Chop here, and I'm coming at you with another update with Pork Chop. So, my hair looks a little bit better. I showered yesterday, and now I have bed head. On top of that, I have hat hair. So, woo! You gotta love those days. So, I kind of look like one of the guys from Bowling for Soup. And so that reminded me of the meme. It was like, bowling for soup. Are they bowling for the soup, or are they bowling in like the name of soup? You know, it's just one of those things you got to think about. So let me know down in the comments. That's question number one. What do you think? Are they bowling as like for soup, as in like a charity, or are they bowling like in the name of soup? Let me know down below. So today was a little bit just like every day. It's a little interesting, but yet it's kind of mundane. So nothing much really happened today. Just talked to a few of the residents, and took their orders and stuff like that, and talked to my OG, talked to my favorite, which again I'm not allowed to disclose their names. I'm not allowed to get them on camera without their consent. Otherwise, I'd be like, rocking like, hey, this is my lady right here. It's cool, it's whatever. But today, in my downtime, when we got caught up in all of our activities and stuff that we had to do, I did a little Christmas shopping for baby love, for the wife, and did a big chunk of it. I'd probably say about like 80% of her Christmas shopping's already done. We each gave each other a budget to spend on each other for Christmas, and right now I'm staying within budget. Might go over because just like everybody else in this world, 2020 has been a shit show on ice. So if anybody deserves presents, one of them would definitely be my wife. But that's one of the words that she absolutely hates, though. She hasn't brought it up lately, but when we first started dating, she said her least favorite word was deserve. She said, I hate that word. She said, you don't deserve things, you earn things, pretty much. It's not like, I deserve this, a participation trophy or anything like that. You gotta like earn it, is how I interpreted it. So, when she would be sad, I'd be like, baby, you deserve to, be happy, and then when she was, this or that, but you deserve this, you deserve that, and she said, I hate that word. Now she's kind of backed up on it, but that's how it was when we first started dating. Was I could not use that word around her at all. Just like she couldn't use the words "all deal" or "it's fine" ever with me, because anytime that she would say it, I would feel like instantly it's not fine, and you don't want to deal with it. So anytime she said that, I knew that she was kind of upset. So that was kind of like my cheat code when she was upset, was when she said I'm fine or I'll deal, or both. If she uses both, and that's a double whammy, and I definitely am not going to pass go. I'm not going to collect $200, and the bonus round where things can really change is not coming into effect. So but I did, like I said, got her Christmas shopping done, and it just felt kind of good that we have a little bit of money set aside to where we can actually do things, because every year for Christmas I feel like I have to cheap out on her because I have a set budget, and this one is like the best budget in a long time, for multiple reasons, mainly because we've gotten a little bit smarter with savings, and all that jazz. And then wanted to talk about this morning. I don't know, I turned into Jerry Maguire this morning. Turned into the Show Me the Money guy this morning, because for some reason I had this impending doom when I saw on one of my fantasy leagues, my League of Shadows fantasy league, that I was projected to lose to my opponent this week, which is a piglet of mine, Kenneth, who is also in this fantasy league. I was projected to lose to him, and so I was like, damn. And I looked at my roster to see where my weak spots were, and I had two weak spots. I have a running back, an RB2 position that's really freaking, it's softer than baby shit. And then my tight end, since George Kittle's out for the season, is lackluster. So I was like, damn. So I picked a couple of people. One of them may or may not have been Big Bird, your friend Chris. And I saw that he had a running back that was sitting there, Jacobs to be exact, from Las Vegas. And I was like, I kind of want him. So I put a trade request in for him for 2 players. I think it was, I can't remember who was the first time, but it was Jonathan Taylor, and I think it was like Kelly from the Chargers. And I texted Chris, and I'm like, please take my trade into consideration. I greatly appreciate it. And he said, that's a no-go. He said, you want a starter for 2 bench players. And I'm like, oh, God. I was like, okay, man, take a look at my roster and tell me. Just tell me who you're interested in and what will be a viable option for me to get Jacobs. And he looked at my roster, and he was like, how about Calvin Ridley, who I had accidentally put on my bench. So he was like, Colin's got him on his bench. That's a problem. So I was like, what about Will Fuller? And no response. I was like, okay, I'll give you Jonathan Taylor and Will Fuller for Jacobs. And he said, deal. I was like, good. So now I have the running back, and now I just need to fix my tight end situation. Because right now I have the tight end for Washington. I can't remember his name, and I'm like, I'm not going to be winning any championships with that guy. With Jacobs, I could definitely have a consideration of probably winning the championship, because the guy that is projected to win the entire fucking thing, I played him a couple of weeks ago, and he only beat me by like 30 points or something like that. So 30 points, that could be a damn good running back and a damn good tight end right there, and boom, before I know it, I'm up, by 2 points, because they got me 32 points together. Like, it just could be one of those things, because, George Kittle going out was tragic. Obviously, it's real life, so him going out sucks. I was like, but I really need another freaking tight end, because I just picked this guy up off of waivers, and he's just sitting there, and he's not getting me very many points. I just forgot his name. It's going to drive me crazy. But anyway, so hopefully I will hear at some point, maybe because he's off work now, the second guy that I asked to trade for, because his team's not doing too hot. So I was like, yeah, if you want to part with that tight end, I'll gladly take it for, I think I gave him Houston's defense, and then I gave him my tight end that I currently have, and I think I gave him one of my bench wide receivers or something like that. And I was like, yeah, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So we'll see what happens. If not, then I'll go see if I can find it from somebody else, because he has, oh my God, Andrews, I think, is the guy I was going after. So I was like, I could use him. I could use Andrews. So anyway, enough about my fantasy story. I got a giant blister on my right heel, my right Achilles, and it's been giving me problems the last couple of days, and it's been very interesting, to say the least. And somebody got pulled over at Red Lobster. One too many Cheddar Biscuits! Rookies. So, I've been putting a Band-Aid on it, like you guys give a shit. So I put a Band-Aid on it, and it's been okay. It's still kind of lingering, but it's not too bad. But to say the least, it was definitely an inconvenience. So question number 2, since I totally botched it, did I make a good trade, or did you think I gave up too much for Jacobs? Will Fuller, a wide receiver that has been kind of my flex all season, but now that Calvin Ridley's through his bye weeks and injuries and stuff like that, he's now up in my roster, and I have somebody else to fill that flex spot. And then also Jonathan Taylor, who was supposed to be like the premier running back for the Colts, but the Colts don't even know what their identity is on offense. They don't have a surefire number 1 wide receiver. Their quarterback's inconsistent, and their running game is kind of all over the place. So what do you think? Do you think I did good? Do you think I did bad? Just let me know down below. So there you go, question number 2. And then question number 3, for those that care, Kiss, out of left field, totally out of left field, apparently is making a big announcement in 2 days. So on Friday, they're making a huge announcement. So taking bets to see what it is. You know, I've been reading the comments for the Kiss Army. You know, people say that it's because they keep referring to Hotter Than Hell, one of their albums, and they're like, oh, it's going to be remastered of Hotter Than Hell, or it's going to be yet another damn greatest hits album, because Kiss releases like 5 of those a year. Not through any fault of their own. It's just whoever owns their catalog. They just release, if they think they can, you know, sell copies, they will release 1 million of those greatest hits albums every year. Multiple of them a year. So they're like, another greatest hits album. And of course, you know, in the Kiss camp, everybody knows that we've been waiting for Kissology for like over a decade now. So it's kind of like, where the hell is Kissology? Volume 4. Give us Volume 4. What are you waiting on? Because the Volume 3 pretty much ended with the reunion tour lineup. So there's nothing, I don't believe there's anything with Tommy or Eric. So we were expecting like Volume 4 to be pretty much like the new Kiss, with Tommy Thayer and Eric Singer as the Spaceman and the Catman. And we are just hoping for it, because it started like in 2003. And there was a little bit of time when Peter Criss was still with the band, so maybe it'll be, you know, Tommy Thayer and Peter Criss, and then go to the current lineup, and then release a bunch of their cruise shows, which a lot of people were looking forward to, including myself, because those set lists on the cruises, are you kidding me? They go so freaking deep, put her ass to sleep. That's an Ice Cube reference for you, for those of you that understand the reference. Thank you very much. So, Volume 4 would probably be the biggest thing for me. And then, of course, some people are like, oh, they're going to do like a live stream concert with the original lineup, or, oh, they're going to do a concert, but they're going to have everybody out on stage together, including, you know, Vinnie Vincent, Bruce Kulick, and Peter Criss, Ace Frehley, in the current lineup. And then somebody said another live album. I was like, well, I think they kind of promised that when they began the End of the Road tour. So another Alive album, I'd buy that. I'd buy that up so fucking fast, because Kiss is known, they really didn't put themselves on the map until Alive came out, which Alive is pretty much a mix match of their first 3 albums in a live record. So, and Kiss is known for their stage shows. So, like, even like Paul Stanley and Gene Simmons have talked about this multiple times, but like their first 3 records, you know, each, after they released each record, they go out on tour, and they would play songs off of those records. And people were stopping them left and right, being like, y'all sound a hell of a lot better on stage than y'all do on the records. Because let's be honest, their first 3 records are, the production is kind of dog shit on 2 out of those 3. Kind of Dressed to Kill was probably their first good sounding record. The first album, their self-titled debut album, was pretty good, but Hotter Than Hell, oh my god, it just sounds like that I recorded the audio like in my bathtub. And, you know, like, not only in my bathtub, but I'm like 5 blocks away. That's how terrible the quality of Hotter Than Hell is. So, anyway, they've released a handful of Alive albums since then. They have Alive 2, Alive 3, the Millennium Concert, and then with this Melbourne Symphony Orchestra is technically like the Alive 4. So technically they've released 5. Actually, I think they kind of missed the mark, because I think they should have done their Vegas residency as another Alive album, because they released it as a live album, but they didn't release it as a live album. And I'm not saying a live album, I'm saying Alive. One word, ALIVE. That's what they call their live albums. And so I've been on a tangent with that for about 3 minutes now, so thank you for sticking with me. So if you're a Kiss fan, what would you like the announcement to be? The original lineup getting put back together, Kissology 4, which for those of you that don't know what Kissology is, it's pretty much a DVD box set of the first 3 are eras. So the first one is pretty much the golden years of Kiss, which was like 73 to like 79 or something like that. And then the second one's like 1980 to like 1989, and then it goes from there. 3 was like all the way up to like 2000. So they got a lot of ground to cover. They got at least 20 years to cover with a Kissology 4 and 5. So if they're smart, they'll break it down like 2001 to like 2009, and then 2010 to 2020. They had some shows that actually, I always say this is going to be my name, my claim to fame is I was at the last live Kiss concert ever to this day that they performed. They're going to perform more in 21 and 22, I bet. But anyway, that's all I got to say, guys. So there are your 3 questions. The key words here are hat hair plus bedhead equals this. So thank you guys so much once again for dropping by, and always remember my little piglets. Colin Pork Chop loves y'all the most. So y'all take it easy, guys, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.